Hey everybody, World's Biggest Geek here. My name is Kevin, back another video here today. And I just finished the season finale of Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3. Guys, truly was an incredible, mind-blowing show. Season 3 was outstanding. It was crazy. It was wild. So many great discoveries, so many great adventures that the USS Enterprise experienced. Their 5-year journey. They're exploring across the planets and universes. Guys, I just say, to my introduction into the world of Star Trek, it was during J.J. Abrams when he brought Star Trek, the movie in 2009 with Chris Pine. And then, of course, Star Trek Into Darkness, and then Star Trek Beyond. So I got into one of the shows, Star Trek Discovery, 5 incredible seasons, which I truly enjoyed. And also Spock was in Star Trek Discovery as Michael's half-sister. So because Michael lost her mother to an experiment because she traveled to the future, Spock's father took Michael in as his own, and that's how Spock and Michael became family. So although that's Spock's stepsister, but that's how it was all connected. Also, Christopher Pike was in Star Trek Discovery as well too. He was part of Michael's crew until Michael and their crew went to the future. So, and now we are into Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which I think is truly a mind-blowing show. 2 incredible seasons, outstanding. And like I said, it was just truly one of the most epic shows of all time. So let's get into season 3, ladies and gentlemen. So basically season 3 was the opening of the Gorn War from season 2. So Captain Marie was on this planet helping these civilians until the Gorn came out of nowhere and attacked them. So Pike and his crew had to find a way to get their crew members out. But of course, Lorana, Joseph, Sam, Erica were all taken by the Gorn because, they would see memories in these little pods, and the Gorn would like feed on their flesh. They would digest all these people. There was also dozens of other crew members who were also captured by the Gorn as well too. And they had to find a way to escape. And then Erica experienced trauma because she was attacked by the Gorn, and she was losing a lot of blood, and so she had this nightmare of facing a Gorn, which one of the episodes she was sucked into the black hole, and she befriended a Gorn. The thing would say agree or disagree, agree, disagree. And Erica said the famous quote, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So by her trying to find a way to, escape and trying to help this Gorn, Laura, shot the Gorn that Erica befriended. And, this ancient species came to Erica, was because she saw this bright glowing light far in the distance. And it was like an ancient being, so ancient from beginning of time, saying will the Gorn, will the humans ever, become have peace with each other? Will they ever get along with one another? So everyone wants to know certain species, will the Klingons ever find peace with humans? The Gorn, they're very different tradition, their lifestyle, where they live. So like I said, that was truly an incredible episode. So the finale was about in one of the previous episodes, they went, Dr. Griff went to this quantum prison realm, and he held up an orb, and these little creatures came out and it got him in his eyes, so they look like this. So these little creatures bond to the host that they're in. And Dr. Griffin was, attached to one of these creatures, that it was like this ancient prison that, these aliens were forced to trap them down years. So ancient demons, creatures, whoever they were, that were stuck there for billions of years. and they didn't ever want them ever to get out, but they were exploring this quantum world, parallel dimension, a new reality. And so by Dr. Griffin, who was loose on the Enterprise and hurting people, and then at the very end, when they were when Joseph was talking to Dr. Griffin's family, a glitch did that in the computer system to show that the species was still alive, and they used Griffin's body, as like this mighty god. So then Nurse Chapel met Rick, who was on this planet, and Griff, was pretending to be like this god, this ruler, telling people to sacrifice, their own eyes and everything. So, and now these ancient creatures are going to hurt more people because, these little orbs, as they break out, the creatures will be released and will cause so many destructions to the universe. So Marie, who had this flower and little gorns on her back, because they want to hurt her, Marie was the beholder of worlds. The beholder was this ancient being who trapped these little creatures in the orbs so that they would never escape, never get out. And Pike, he didn't want to lose Marie, but it was very, very, very emotional. Marie and Christopher Pike were growing old. They had a kid together, and always being together, having each other in their hands, sharing this memory and this moment together. And now, because Christopher Pike didn't want to say goodbye to Marie, but Marie was the beholder. She was the balance of light to stop the darkness from never letting the darkness ever be released, let these creatures ever get out. And now Marie is the center of this prison to protect these creatures from never, ever, ever escaping again. And, was an incredible show. And like I said, was outstanding. It was perfect. It was, like I said, I can't describe season 3, but it was truly the best. And I think this was, what is out there, just see like there's ancient species, immortality, so many races that were there many years ago that would worship gods or worship beings, but knowing that these little, orb creatures were never, ever supposed to ever get out and ever escape again. But Marie is now the balance of light over darkness. So like I said, it was truly outstanding and I really enjoyed it. Also, there was this sea butterfly creature that sacrificed itself to the sun because I guess the alien species was experimenting. So, she would bring violence and rage. She was telepathically. So Aurora would try to do a try to settle it to telepathically communicate. And she told Aurora that she wanted to be sacrificed to the sun, but also please protect her children because she didn't want her children to be experimented. I was like, wow, and just seeing this creature sacrifice, knowing that it's been through a lot and, has been through pain. I was like, wow. But like I said, Star Trek, it's just so emotional. It's crazy. It's fun. And it just makes you feel like, these people are truly the best crew of all time. They've gone through their 5-year mission to explore so many things. And I think Star Trek has been truly incredible. And also we had some funny episodes. Pike, Chapel, Laura, and Aurora became Vulcans. So Pike would try to clean his quarters, people tell Spock, no offense, Vulcans are jerks, they're they have no emotions like humans do. And they don't they're always cleansing this. They have to be perfect. They have to be, they don't want things to mess up. They want to organize things. So until they, because they had this formula, because in the second season, Spock, went to this weird cloud ray and it took Spock's Vulcan side away because Spock is half human, half Vulcan. So, Chapel told this cloud thing to, hey, listen, my friend needs his old life back. Spock is everything to us, and that's where they got the blood was from this cloud monster. And that's why all 4 of them became Vulcans. So that was cool. And then Spock encountered number one's ex. You know, he's like, so humans, do they cry? They cry to these horror movies? Like, yes. He's like, up high. And then down low is like, too slow. He's like, why would you do that? Because you are Vulcan. So he was teaching him the Vulcan traits, you know, I mean, the human traits. He's like, and also Vulcans have like certain plurals. So like, you know, like the way Spock will talk, you know, will still talk human, but like, he'll be like, you know, say, you know, good day, or is like good day, you know, like how humans talk. So that was funny. And I just felt like, you know, Star Trek has so many great humor, emotions, and journey. I have to say, this 3rd season was the best. I loved it. It was crazy. It was emotional. I have to say, I'm truly ready. Like I said, we've already gone through a musical episode, a fantasy episode. Now, there was a slight tease during Comic-Con where Christopher Pike was like a Muppet type puppet. So he's like, oh, did y'all go to season 4 without me? So who knows? Like I said, you know, Star Trek could do so many incredible things. Maybe they could be superheroes, maybe puppets. Maybe they could be like teenagers or kids if they go through this, you know, cosmic storm, new planets, whatever, or they could become each other. Like I said, Strange New Worlds could do a lot more stuff. And like I said, it was truly the best. It was awesome. And like I said, I'm just ready for next year. Also, too, we have Star Trek Fleet Academy, which will also come out next week with actor Holly as a commanding officer as well, too. So I'm ready to see that show next year. But like I said, hopefully Strange New Worlds will come out next year with so many incredible things. Best season of all time, 3 seasons of Strange New Worlds. And I cannot wait to see more to come and what we're going to expect in the near future. Well, that does it today, guys. Have a happy, safe Thursday. Be awesome. Be terrific. Stay geeky. Be the greatest people of all time. Stay safe, because you're truly the most fantastic, wonderful people of the world. Until then, live long and prosper, everyone.